Hey, well, good evening. Happy April. Welcome to Quick Bite History's live show where we do our best to have a little fun with history. Tonight we are presenting four different segments. First up, we will bring out our robots for a challenging round of speed painting. Tonight we're going to be presenting the famous World Leaders edition. So go ahead and Google that up. Second segment, we'll be challenging you with a rapid fire true or false quiz covering U.S. history, and that will move quickly. Then, third, we're going to offer something really special. We just published our Olmec civilization long form video, which long form is a relative term. It's still only 10 minutes, but we'll actually present that to you guys in the third segment. And then finally, we'll host an open chat discussion while we preview a recently published smooth jazz chill set to serene scenes from nature. So if you guys will check in now, if anybody's here, maybe check in the chat, and I'll fire up the first round here for us. And here we go, some robot speed painting. In this first one, this is an aspiring artist of Austrian origin who was rejected from the Academy of Fine Arts twice. He became the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, initiated World War II, and is synonymous with the Holocaust. I bet you guys know this one. Who's got it? I'm sure somebody knows this one. He was rejected from the Academy of Fine Arts twice. Maybe that's what pissed him off. Anyway, the first one is very easy. Adolf Hitler. They do get harder, so be ready. Up number 2. This is a spiritual leader from a high altitude region known for its monastic traditions. Hey, how's it going? Awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1989 for his nonviolent liberation efforts. The 14th incarnation is Tenzin Gyatso, I guess that's his real name, known for his teachings and writings on compassion. Who knows this one? Again, they're still pretty easy, getting harder as we go. Who's got a guess on this one? This is the Dalai Lama, of course. The Dalai Lama. Next up, known for his wrestling skills and tall stature with a distinctive top hat. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation during a nation-dividing war. Surely you know this one. Is Shirley here? Sorry, that was horrible. This was the 16th president of the United States, and he delivered the Gettysburg Address. Who knows? Robots did a pretty good painting there, didn't they? I think so. This is indeed Abraham Lincoln, the the 16th President of the United States. Next up, he served as a naval officer in the Pacific during World War II. He is famous for the quote, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." And unfortunately, he was assassinated in Dallas in 1963. He was the youngest elected American president in history. Who was he? I know you guys know this one. Everybody's too shy to put their answers in chat. Let's go. Come on up on the board. This is indeed John F. Kennedy. Next up, moving on to number 5. We have 16 total in this round, just so you know where we're headed. A lawyer by profession who initially practiced in South Africa. I think that's a curveball clue there for you. He led a march to the sea to protest the salt tax. I see the right answer for the last one up there. Thank you. Known as the father of the nation in India, he championed the non-violent resistance. Who is this? This is indeed Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi. All right, let's move on to the next one. This gentleman also studied law and was arrested for conspiring to overthrow the state. Uh-oh. And he spent 27 years in prison before becoming his country's first black head of state. He played a crucial role in ending apartheid in South Africa. Who knows his name? Went prison to president. Anybody know? Anybody have it? This is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. All right, let's move on. Okay, this one's going to be a little tricky. He served as the president of a large Eastern European country from 2008 to 2012. His tenure was noted for moderation programs and police reform. He preceded and succeeded, but he was preceded and succeeded by the same man. He later became the Prime Minister of Russia. Who knows? Everybody remember his name? I think he's still Prime Minister, if I'm not mistaken. This is indeed Dmitry Medvedev. Isn't that the same name as the tennis player these days? Medvedev. I think there's a hockey player named Medvedev as well. I knew that would be a tough one for you. All right, moving on. This gentleman graduated from military school at the age of 16. when he became a second lieutenant in the artillery. He crowned himself emperor in a historic ceremony in the Notre Dame Cathedral. There we go. We have the correct answer on the board already. Very good job. Met his final defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Does everybody have it? Did anybody see the movie? I didn't see the recent movie. Supposedly it was pretty good. I don't know if you guys saw the movie. Napoleon Bonaparte. And wasn't it Joaquin Phoenix? Joaquin Phoenix? That played Napoleon. All right, next up. A former intelligence officer who became famous for his judo skills. He first became president of the Russian Federation in the year 2000. He was known for his long tenure, his continuing long tenure, and influence over the post-Soviet Russia. There you go. Vlad. He's still causing trouble over there. Vladimir Putin, former KGB president of the Russian Federation. There he is. He's got blue eyes, doesn't he? All right, next up. This gentleman contracted polio at the age of 39, but overcame his disability to hold public office. He introduced the New Deal to recover from the Great Depression. Not sure if it helped recover from the Great Depression or not, but that was the purpose. He's the only U.S. president to be elected to 4 terms in office. He didn't get to finish that last one. Correct. We have the correct answer on the board. Jack is doing pretty good. Franklin Roosevelt, president 4 times. 4 times. Next up, let's move on. This is number 11. We've only got 16, so we're getting down to it. This is a prolific writer who won the Nobel Prize in Literature. I never knew that. He served as Prime Minister of the UK during the King's abdication crisis. His leadership was crucial during World War II, and he is known for V for victory sign. It's V for victory sign. Correct. Correct. I don't know if this is the best picture of him. Usually he's wearing the hat, right? Yes, correct. We've got a couple of correct answers on the board. Yay! Way to do it. Winston Churchill is indeed the correct answer here. Moving on to number 12. This gentleman was born in Hunan. He became a founding member of the Chinese Communist Party. He led the long march across China's mountains, rivers, and swamps. Didn't know that. I didn't know they walked through swamps. He proclaimed the founding of the People's Republic of China in Tiananmen Square. He's mostly known just for his first name, but we'll learn his last name as well. Mao is correct for the first name, and what's his last name, Susan? It kind of rolls off the tongue, but you never know the exact spelling of it. But we'll learn that right now. This is Mao Zedong. Zedong. Mao Zedong. All right, next up. She became queen at 18 and had a famous namesake era. She was the second longest reigning British monarch who oversaw a vast empire. That's right. She oversaw the whole British Empire at its peak. Her reign was marked by the Industrial Revolution and great cultural expansion. Who knows this one? Became queen at 18 and had a famous namesake era. And she has an underwear store named after her. Queen Victoria, of course. Queen Victoria. Okay, now this one's hard. You guys ready for a hard one? Known as the Iron Chancellor, he served Prussia and the German Empire. He was the master of real political and a key figure in the unification of Germany. He was dismissed by Kaiser Wilhelm II, which led to his political decline. You'll know the name. You may not put the name with the face. This is probably the hardest one in the batch. We only got a couple more after this. Who's got it? Somebody has it. The clues were good. He was dismissed by Kaiser Wilhelm. Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck. All right, you learn something every day. Next up, King of the Franks, who was a great patron of learning and the arts. He united much of Western Europe during the early Middle Ages. United much of Western Europe during the early Middle Ages, a long time ago. Crowned as the Emperor of the Romans on Christmas Day. Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Way back in the Middle Ages. I don't remember the exact year, maybe somebody here does, but I'm thinking, what was it, around 1100, 1200, somewhere around there, way back. Maybe even before that, I'm not sure. This was Charlemagne. Charlemagne. You guys knew that. Okay, last one for the robot speed painting. His birth name was Joseph Vissarionovich Hashby. This is some crazy Russian name. He led the Soviet Union through the Great Patriotic War. I think you'll know him by his other name much much easier. He was known for his 5-year plans and his resulting industrialization of the USSR. That's correct. It is Stalin. Papa Joe. This is Joseph Stalin. Quite the mustache. All right, so how'd you guys do? Did everybody do pretty good? Everybody got most of them? Good. All right, this next, give me a second and I'll queue up the next segment. The next segment is going to be a quiz on U.S. history. Here we go. And this will move pretty darn quickly, let me tell you. So let's embark on a journey through U.S. history in this true or false quiz. Test your knowledge on pivotal moments, iconic figures, and transformational policies that have shaped the United States from its founding to the modern era. Okay, true or false? The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. True or false? True. The Declaration of Independence was announced the 13 colonies. Separation of British rule was officially adopted on July 4th, 1776. The document laid the foundation for the United States independence. Number 2, the U.S. Constitution was written before the American Revolution. True or false? This one's false. The U.S. Constitution was drafted in 1787, several years after the American Revolution ended in 1783. It replaced the Articles of Confederation to create a stronger federal government. Number 3, the Civil War ended in 1865 with the Confederacy victory. The Civil War ended in 1865 with the Confederacy victory. True or false? This is false. The Civil War ended in 1865 with the Union's victory over the Confederacy. This outcome preserved the United States as one nation and led to the abolition of slavery. Next up, the Great Depression occurred before World War I. True or false? This is false. The Great Depression began in 1929 after World War I, which ended in 1918. It was the most severe economic downturn in the history of the industrialized world. Number 5, World War II helped the United States emerge from the Great Depression. True or false? This one's true. The economic demand created by World War II helped pull the United States out of the Great Depression. The war effort increased industrial production and decreased unemployment. Number 6, the Cold War was a direct military conflict between the United States and the Soviet Union. True or false? This one's false. The Cold War was characterized by political tension and ideological conflicts between the United States and the Soviet Union, but it did not escalate into a direct military confrontation between the two superpowers. All right, number 7. True or false? The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States. The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States. This is indeed true. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 approximately doubled the size of the United States, adding a territory from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains. Number 8, the American Revolution was primarily fought over the issue of slavery. The American Revolution was primarily fought over the issue of slavery. True or false? This one is, of course, false. The American Revolution was primarily fought over issues of taxation without representation and the British governance, not over the issue of slavery. All right, number 9. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 ended segregation in public places and banned employment discrimination. True or false? This one is true. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a landmark legislation that prohibited segregation in public places and made employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin illegal. All right, number 10, Manifest Destiny was a policy that encouraged American expansion eastward. True or false? This one's false. Manifest Destiny was the 10th century or 19th century doctrine or belief that the expansion of the U.S. through the American continent was both justified and inevitable. It primarily focused on westward, not eastward, expansion. That was a trick question there. All right. Moving on to the 11th question. The War of 1812 was fought between the United States and France. True or false? The War of 1812. This was false. The War of 1812 was fought between the United States and Great Britain due to maritime disputes and British support for Native American attacks on American settlers. Number 12, Abraham Lincoln was the first president of the United States. Abraham Lincoln was the first president. That is false. George Washington was the first president of the United States, serving from 1789 to 1797. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president, serving from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. The U.S. acquired Alaska from Russia in 1867. True or false? This is actually true. The United States purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867 for $7.2 million, which was a strategic move that expanded the nation's territory significantly. Number 14, the Boston Tea Party was a protest against a British tea shortage in the American colonies. True or false? This is false. The Boston Tea Party was a political protest against the British government's tax on tea, not a shortage. American colonists disguised as Mohawk Indians dumped 342 chests of British tea into the Boston Harbor in 1773 as a protest. Number 15, the Emancipation Proclamation immediately freed all slaves in the United States. This is false. The Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 declared that all slaves in the Confederate-held territory were to be set free, but did not immediately free all the slaves throughout the country. Number 16, the Wright brothers are credited with the invention of the first successful airplane. This is, of course, true. Orville and Wilbur Wright successfully flew the first powered-controlled airplane flights on December 17, 1903, marking a pivotal moment in aviation history. Number 17, the United States entered World War I in support of the Axis powers. entered World War I in support of the Axis powers. This is false. The United States entered World War I in 1917 on the side of the Allies, not the Axis powers. The Axis powers were part of World War II, not World War I. The New Deal was a series of programs and reforms introduced during the Great Depression by President Theodore Roosevelt. True or false? This is, of course, false. The New Deal was introduced by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in the 1930s to help the United States recover from the Great Depression, not Theodore Roosevelt. All right, number 19, NASA was established in response to the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik. True or false? This one is actually true. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, was created in 1958 in response to the Soviet Union's successful launch of the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, marking the beginning of the space race. And finally, the Treaty of Paris, which ended the American Revolutionary War, was signed in Paris, France. True or false? This is true. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1783, officially ended the American Revolutionary War and recognized American independence from Britain. The treaty was indeed signed in Paris, France. So there you go, a whirlwind. They're a little tricky keeping the timing going with the video there, but we made it. All right, well, the next section now is the premiere for my video on the mother culture, the Olmec, the ancient civilization, the Olmecs, and I'd sure appreciate you guys watching that. And then I'll get right back with you. It's only 10 minutes. So if you don't mind, we'll fire that up and you guys can take a view of this world premiere of Quick Bites 10-minute video featuring the Olmecs.
In the heart of the dense Mesoamerican jungles, hidden mysteries of the ancient world beckon. Among these, the Olmec civilization emerges as the enigmatic mother culture of Central America. Known for their colossal stone heads, buried beneath the earth for millennia, these artifacts serve as silent witnesses to a once great society. The discovery of these heads, with their stoic expressions and intricate craftsmanship, stirs the imagination and invites questions about their creators. Who were the Olmecs? What secrets of the ancient world did they hold? As pioneers of early Mesoamerican civilization, their legacy is a puzzle pieced together by archaeologists and historians, sparking a journey into the past that captivates all who seek to unravel it. The Olmecs emerged around 1600 BCE, laying the foundations of Mesoamerican civilization in the tropical lowlands of what is now south-central Mexico. This period marked the dawn of complex societies in the region, with the Olmecs leading the way in developing extensive trade networks, religious institutions, and monumental architecture. San Lorenzo, one of their first major centers, became a bustling hub of activity and innovation. Here, the Olmecs mastered the environment, cultivating the fertile lands and navigating the vast river systems that crisscrossed their territory. The emergence of San Lorenzo showcased the ingenuity and adaptability of the Olmec people, setting the stage for the cultural and technological advancements that would influence the entire region for centuries to come. San Lorenzo, thriving from around 1200 to 900 BCE, was the crown jewel of the Olmec civilization at its peak. Situated strategically along a river, it was a center of innovation and power. The city's inhabitants engineered remarkable feats, such as raised platforms and sophisticated drainage systems, showcasing their advanced understanding of architecture and environmental management. San Lorenzo was also a cultural hub, with massive stone monuments reflecting the societal importance of its leaders. Yet, mysteriously, this vibrant city fell into decline. The reasons remain subjects of debate among scholars, ranging from environmental disasters to social unrest. The downfall of San Lorenzo marked a significant turning point in the Olmec saga, leading to the rise of other centers and the redistribution of power within the civilization. Following San Lorenzo's decline around 900 BC, La Venta emerged as the new heart of Olmec civilization. Positioned on an island in a river, it became a ceremonial and trading nexus, illustrating the Olmec's profound spiritual and commercial ingenuity. La Venta is famed for its complex layout of mounds, plazas, and notably, the Great Pyramid, a marvel of ancient engineering. Within its sacred precincts, archaeologists discovered offerings of jade, elaborate sculptures, and intricate bas-reliefs that hint at the Olmec's deep religious beliefs and the sophisticated hierarchy that guided their society. La Venta's significance extends beyond its architectural achievements. It was a beacon of Olmec culture, radiating their spiritual, artistic, and political ideologies across Mesoamerica. The spiritual life of the Olmec people was rich and complex, deeply intertwined with nature and the cosmos. Central to their religious beliefs was the worship of the jaguar god, a deity that symbolized power and fertility. This reverence is evident in their art, where the jaguar motif recurs in sculptures, jewelry, and ceremonial objects. Shamans, believed to mediate between the physical and spiritual worlds, played a crucial role in Olmec society, guiding rituals that often involved hallucinogenic substances to achieve altered states of consciousness. Through these religious practices, the Olmecs sought to understand their place in the universe and to harness the sacred powers they believed governed their world. Art and symbolism flourished in Olmec society, manifesting most famously in their colossal stone heads. These imposing sculptures, some standing over 9 feet tall and weighing several tons, were carved from basalt transported from distant quarries, a feat that underscores the Olmec's remarkable engineering capabilities. Each head, with its unique facial features and elaborate headdresses, is believed to represent individual rulers or deities, symbolizing power and divine authority. Beyond these monumental works, Olmec artisans excelled in smaller-scale jade carvings, pottery, and figurines, which often depicted a combination of human and animal traits, hinting at their rich mythology and religious symbolism. Through their art, the Olmecs communicated not only aesthetic values, but also social order, spiritual beliefs, and the interconnectedness of their community with the natural world. Beyond the well-known sites of San Lorenzo and La Venta, the Olmec civilization extended its reach to other important centers like Tres Zapatis and Laguna de los Guerros. Tres Zapatis continued the tradition of monumental sculpture, including one of the last colossal heads, suggesting the persistence of Olmec culture even as its major centers declined. This site contributed to the advancement of the Mesoamerican long count calendar and early forms of writing, indicating a sophisticated understanding of time and communication. Laguna de los Guerros also played a crucial role in the regional network of Olmec sites, showcasing the civilization's extensive influence across Mesoamerica. These additional sites underscore the diversity and complexity of Olmec society, highlighting a civilization rich in innovation and cultural depth. The decline of the Olmec civilization around 400 BC remains a subject of fascination and debate among historians. Several theories have been proposed to explain this enigmatic turn of events, ranging from environmental changes, such as river silting and volcanic activity, to social upheaval and internal conflicts. The environmental hypothesis suggests that the Olmecs, heavily reliant on their rivers for transportation and fertile lands for agriculture, faced catastrophic challenges as their ecosystems changed. Alternatively, the theory of social unrest points to the possibility of class struggles or the depletion of resources leading to societal collapse. This period of decline paved the way for the rise of other Mesoamerican civilizations, each inheriting and reshaping the cultural legacy left by the Olmecs. The legacy of the Olmec civilization extends far beyond their monumental sculptures and ceremonial centers. They laid the foundational cultural, religious, and technological groundwork for subsequent Mesoamerican civilizations. The Olmec's innovations in calendar systems, hieroglyphic writing, and perhaps the Mesoamerican ball game influenced the Maya, Aztec, and other cultures that followed. Their religious iconography, especially the jaguar motif, persisted in the art and mythology of these later societies, reflecting the enduring impact of Olmec spiritual beliefs. Moreover, the trade networks established by the Olmecs facilitated the exchange of ideas and technologies across the region, fostering a shared cultural heritage among Mesoamerican peoples. Through these contributions, the Olmecs played a crucial role in shaping the history and identity of Mesoamerica. Reflecting on the Olmec civilization, we encounter a world of profound innovation and mystery. As pioneers of Mesoamerican culture, the Olmecs laid the foundations for centuries of development and exchange among the peoples of this vibrant region. Their achievements in art, architecture, and societal organization continue to inspire awe, while their abrupt decline leaves us pondering the fragility of even the most advanced societies. The colossal heads, once silent sentinels of their cities, now serve as a testament to the Olmec's grandeur and an invitation to explore the depths of our shared human past. In the quest to uncover more about this remarkable civilization, we are reminded of the power of history to connect us across time, offering insights into the human nature and the timeless quest for understanding and innovation.
Apologies there. Got a little messed up there on my transition. But I sure appreciate you guys being here tonight and watching that premiere. And this is one of my chill tapes that I'm just going to leave this on. Anybody wants to ask any questions, that's great. If not, I'll see you on Sunday night for just the robot speed painting. We'll do lots of robot speed painting on Sundays. And then Wednesday will always be my more variety type show. And we'll see you on next Wednesday. Good night, everybody. Thank you again for hanging out. Appreciate it. See you next time.